We are here at the Shelly booth, and you are the product manager for Shelly at the world-renowned distributor at the best distributor worldwide.
AllNet. Today we're going to show a product that is suitable for balcony power plants, and you know all about it. What can you do with it?
Yes, this is super exciting. We have two things here. One is a very well-known product that is already distributed in many households in Germany, and the other is a brand new product that was presented here today. For example, if you have a solar system, you get much less money for your electricity itself. A lot of people. The goal is to increase self-consumption as much as possible, so that the surplus stays in the house, for example, in a battery storage system or a heat pump or something similar. And that's exactly what the product is. This is the most integrated energy. And for example, it's integrated with SMA, Huawei, EcoFlow, and all the others, with Central as well.
With tenure too?
With tenure too, yes.
Ah, very nice.
Exactly, this product helps with that. And if you want a plug-and-play solution that's on the side, there's now a new outdoor plug that you can implement this line. And I can simply connect it to my balcony power plant, for example. It's smart because I can immediately see how much I need or whether I'm producing enough electricity. So it's not just for homeowners with large solar systems, but also, for example, directly on the balcony with storage systems. That way I can already increase my own. Yes, your money is invested.
Oh, it's outdoor?
It's designed for outdoor use, exactly. It now has a cover. The other one has been around for a long time, a small indoor plug, but this one is brand new.
Can you say a bit about the prices? For the best end consumer, do you know the retail prices?
Well, I can't say the exact price. The energy meters roughly between 80 and 100 euros. Roughly speaking, if you often dealt with end customers, the outdoor plug is around 30. So these are, in fact, very affordable products, but you can actually save quite a lot of money. Yeah, that's really what's so exciting and interesting about it.
Can you explain a bit how to connect the meter? You have the parts there, or do you have the packaging here for a moment as well?
Yes, you can go ahead and get it if you like.
Is there anything on the underside as well?
Just a small QR code.
Okay, the top side. Shelly Pro 3M, exactly. Let's take a look inside.
Here we have three 120 amp lamps inside. I just need to get them out. These are the clamps that will be used for the respective phases. There are three of them, each with 120 amp lamp. And here, now I just have to get them out once, and I really do have to go the long way around this time. Now I've got it out. Now it's clamped in. This is the heart of it. This is the energy meter. I plugged the clamps in down here at these 3 points. And what's always been very nice with Shelly is that you have the wiring diagram right here. That means you can basically just hand it to the electrician and he immediately knows what to do.
Shelly, auto pluggers.
Here are the general information details. Here you can also always find the link to download the app.
And the top side as well. Matter compatible?
Yes. So when we open it up, you get to the Matter code. We have the outdoor socket, of course, with all the necessary safety instructions provided as always. And then simply open it right here. Basically, I have a control cabinet in the basement, for example. That's where the electrician installs it, puts it into the control cabinet, and then mounts it here with the DIN rail. And now you have 3 terminals here. I only have one right now, so I can show it a bit better. And the 3 metal terminals are then carefully clamped around the 3 wires. And I don't have Wi-Fi here at the moment, but I do also have a landline connection available.
LAN and Wi-Fi. LAN is for the pros, right?
I recommend LAN because in a control cabinet it's better. Wi-Fi is a completely different situation.
Oh, right. Wi-Fi doesn't really get through.
So depending on the LAN connection, you really get continuous uptime. I'm already looking forward to seeing you all again. And from the moment you have it connected and the connection is working, you can actually already look at the data traffic you generate and consume and start identifying potential savings and get your first ideas. What can I do with this information? For example, I could take a relay like a Shelly one relay. With that, I can now control an FG ready heat pump, for example. Or I could say, now I have a surplus. Now send the electricity to my storage because I still have 30 degrees left. Or I control my immersion meter with such relays. That means we not only have the measurement, we not only have the relays, but we can connect all these worlds together. And very importantly, if you have different manufacturers at home solar systems, solar storage units, and solar collectors, they can't communicate with each other. What you need as the second thing here is for everything to work together. That's where the trick starts. It's a really good thing when everything can communicate with each other.
Tell me, I saw at the Solar Expo that there are also devices where I don't need an electrician. I can attach those to the digital meter using infrared. You don't have anything like that, do you?
No. One more thing.
Aha, that's what I wanted to get out of you. That comes up a lot because, I mean, hey, the big question is now someone has a balcony power plant, but they're not a certified electrician or network specialist. So what are they supposed to use, right? Now more and more companies are entering the market. You have ABM, this is FRITZ Smart 250. Zendure is launching 2 of their own, one similar to your 3 here, and then another one with infrared.
So in the future, we would like to close the loop for all possible cases where we can provide solutions. And currently, it's actually the case, of course, there are reasons why you can do plug and play. But there are still many companies that emulate the Pro 3 because you get the values up and running faster. You can react more quickly, in other words. You can be faster, since otherwise you're limited by how quickly the electricity meter measures by its interval. But still, back and play is definitely a very important topic, and of course we want to make sure of that as well.
You have a need for action that is being addressed.
Exactly. We'll definitely figure everything out. All right.
The plug-and-play solution is easier to install, no question about it, but let's say when it comes to recording the electricity values, is it better to measure directly on the three phases?
So once in the house, once you've had an electrician take a look, or even better, just go to the Shelly website. There you'll find a section called, I think, Partner Finder or Electrician Finder. We already have 1,000 electricians in Germany listed there who are Shelly certified. That means they've also taken a course specifically for all the Shelly components. They're not only familiar with that, but also with PV systems and automation. You can get the contact information for the electricians directly there. New ones are added every day. So you might even find an electrician who has availability sooner and can install a Pro 3 for you, because then you really have a complete overview of the entire electricity consumption of your whole house. And then you can gradually consider, now that I have this information, what else can I optimize?
Have you found out how much an electrician is allowed to charge if they're coming from the same city? How long does it take them to install something like that?
Well, the installation is actually pretty straightforward and very quick. I'd say an electrician won't need more than half an hour for that.
You can calculate that for yourself, or you just have to ask. Yeah, you don't want to commit to a number right now, I get it.
It really goes very quickly. And the nice thing is with Shelly, you don't even need an electrician to come by again and reprogram something. Or if you don't have X at home, if it's a system you can do everything yourself, you can set everything up on your own. It's like a kind of children's programming language. If this, then do that. You can put it all together very easily with just a few clicks.
And once it's installed, the rest is basically handled through the app, right?
Exactly. The rest is done through the app. You can use the app, but you don't have to go into the cloud, which is very important.
Oh, so you can use, for example, the app from Zendure or whatever the others are called.
It depends. There are manufacturers who have full integration. There are manufacturers where it's only partially integrated. It really depends a lot on the manufacturer and how quickly they work together. But you can also access the devices directly, because with an internal web browser you can just enter the IP address and access the device. So if you don't want to use the cloud, if you don't want any data to go outside via the cloud, you can also operate all devices locally within the local network, or you can just go directly to the IP address and change the information directly on the device.
So that's
Very commonly used in Germany, by the way. Actually, half of the devices are not in the cloud.
Oh, I see. So that's a switching relay, the blue one you have there. Earlier you also showed me a red one. That one can do a bit more, right?
Exactly, the red ones. Those are,
Can we show that? Thank you very much.
with Shelly, actually pretty simply you can tell what kind of device it is by the color. Blue is just a relay on and off.
What are they called?
The blue ones, it's very simple. It's a single channel, it's simply called 1. If there are 2, it's called 2. So the naming is very straightforward. This is now 1 generation 4, so to speak, generations, but really it's just Shelly 1. It also has a potential free contact, which is also very interesting for garage doors. And there's a 1 PMPM stands for power measurement. It can also measure, which means I can write and measure the current with it. And if the devices are too big and for whatever reason no longer fit in the socket, we also have the whole thing in a mini version. Those are the mini relays. They can only switch up to 8 amps, but that's enough for lighting or similar application. And here again, it's the same, just switching, and here you can switch.
And you explained earlier that it's also useful because, for example, if a lot of electricity is being produced that doesn't bring in much money, I can tell the relay, go ahead and start the dishwasher now, or some other device, so that the electricity is used immediately and doesn't have to be stored. Because that's when it's most valuable, then I use it right away.
That's definitely when it's most valuable. The more energy you use yourself, the more money you save, because you don't have to buy it back at a high price. By the way, you can also do this. You don't even need a charging station for it. You don't even need a power plant. There are now even the first solutions where you only have a battery storage system. For example, you can take advantage of having a better rate at night by storing energy during the night and using it during the day. So there are already such options available with the flexible electricity tariff. And exactly, you can use the relays to switch devices on and off. As I said, a heating rod, a heat pump. You can, for example, have a message sent to you. Now we have a surplus, so go ahead and start the washing machine. Or now, or in industry, certain devices that should be switched on. Or of course, the charge level of the car is also important. Once you have one, you can configure it, and then you can switch that here.
Of course, you have a whole range of other Shelly products. It's a huge assortment. You know your stuff, Julia, so maybe you can explain a bit.
With pleasure. We can do a quick overview. That's quite handy because we already have the different application types here on the blue spot, right? We have the plug and play section where we offer a variety of sensors, for example, typical motion sensors or door and window contacts for security, water leakage detectors, smoke detectors, and various switches, as well as active products. So essentially active actuators like this Shelly plug, for instance, that's a measuring and switching socket, or here a radiator valve. So this basically covers the world off well, the typical plug and play world.
And everything is affordable at Shelly?
Everything is affordable, yes. So really, if you compare it to some other established manufacturers on the market, Shelly is right in the middle between, let's say, very cheap, very cheap products that might only be cloud enabled, that might have just a 2-year chip inside or something similar. And then the established brands that are well known in Germany, and Shelly is actually right in the middle there. In terms of price, our plugs are somewhere around 20 euros, give or take. Then the core of Shelly is the retrofit devices. That's what made them both well known and popular, because you don't have to change the existing wiring. You just install a Shelly device very easily, for example, behind the socket or behind the light switch. And once you're done with that, you can, for example, control your lights via Alexa or your phone without having to rewire everything or incur high costs.
That does look a bit like electrician work, doesn't it?
Yes, that's right. It's very divided. There are a lot of ambitious hobbyists, I'd say, tinkerers, who install it themselves.
So is it possible to install it without an electrician?
Yes, we do of course recommend that you do it with an electrician. And how it's used afterwards, of course, we can't check that.
What are the remote controls for?
That's a new product that hasn't been released yet. These are just prototypes for now, so that, for example, you can raise and lower the shutters using gesture control.
Oh, with gestures?
Yes.
I see, yeah.
Or also something that's freely programmable, but these are just the first prototypes for that. It will be in the next...
When will they go on sale in Germany? You don't know yet?
Unfortunately, I don't know exactly yet. In the next few weeks, 2 months, but at least sometime this year. Right. We also have something else exciting here. Maybe some of you know the HNT from Shelly. I'll just bring it over quickly to make a comparison. It's basically more or less the same product. It's a temperature and humidity sensor with the display.
Show it from the side. Exactly, yes.
Exactly. And you can see the difference.
Amazing.
It's gotten a bit thinner again.
Yes. And the light one, this one is self-adhesive too, right?
Yes, exactly. It's self-adhesive, but you can also screw it on and it comes with a mounting plate. But unfortunately, this one is also not available yet. As I said, we have a bunch of brand new things here. Yes.
But you already posted it on LinkedIn. I just looked at your profile.
I kind of posted it in the background as well. That's right. Yes, that's right.
Oh, I see. Okay. I think,
It was included in the background.
well, I pay close attention then.
Then here we have a new water leakage sensor. Here the sensor is basically inside the cable. So the cable itself is essentially the sensor. You can unroll it up to 150 meters. So it's more than just for the washing machine. And here is the professional series. So here we're really talking about electricians. These are designed for DIN rails with various relays, single phase, two phase, three phase, to control different things directly on the DIN rail.
So not just measuring, but also controlling.
Exactly, measuring and controlling. Some can only measure, some can only control. This is the Shelly One version 2 app. Shelly hasn't been there for a long time. It's used when you don't have, or when the installation works without a neutral wire, for example, if you have an older house or don't have modern wiring, you can use this one. That one wasn't available for a very long time. Yes, and here are our first multi-protocol devices. They don't just support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but now also Zigbee and Matter. So they're suitable for example, Apple HomeKit customers or for customers who already have Zigbee at home. These are now the first multi-protocol devices. And of course, as always,
Are they significantly more expensive or do they not keep it at a similar level?
it's at a similar level. There is definitely a bit of a price increase included. I think it's about 10% or so.
Yeah.
But let's go over there. Exactly. Maybe a little sneak peek. There will also be a weather station. This is now a prototype for the first weather station. Also, in a few months,
Does it also measure CO2?
it probably won't be able to do that right now, but there will most likely be a device or some kind of technology available for that particular purpose in the future.
Oh, so it's for outdoor use?
For outdoor use,
Yeah.
so measuring wind speed or temperature or the amount of rainfall. Exactly. And one last little highlight, there will soon be a power strip where you can switch each individual socket on and off and also measure each one separately. I've been waiting for that for a long time.
Usually via Wi-Fi, right?
Exactly, yes.
Thank you very much, Julia Johnson, Product Manager for Shelly at ALDE, for your time and insights and for this great overview. Yes, that's definitely good. Squeezing it on cold, that's love. I came back, but I don't have to come anymore. Use Skype? Ah, why?